this highway rolling on now 20 years. Just like my dad before me, coffee, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm addicted to the white line, a prisoner of the road. Ain't no cure for this disease, it brings us outlaws and rogues. When they locked me up, they handed me the keys. I'm pulling 18 years of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life. Some say I'm semi-crazy, my God, it's hard to tell. This diamond tuck and leather just might be my padded sail. Those pictures on my dashboard where I've watched my kids grow up, I thank God they understand the cost of diesel in my blood. They know this rambling man and what sets me free. I'm pulling 18 years to life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life.
Hey, and welcome to a live stream, and welcome to the FedEx Appreciation live stream. Today, based in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. What a mouthful. Metroplex. Ugh. We're based around Dallas-Fort Worth today. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in today's truck, or at least let's take a quick look. So, I'm David Steele, and here's my truck. We have a Volvo V&L 2014. And this is configured around about 2016 FedEx spec. So beyond the livery, we've got a Cummins ISX 15-400 under the hood. That has 1450 foot-pounds of torque. And then it's an integrated overdriven 10-speed transmission with a 264 final drive. That is based on what was reported in 2017 as the specification for a FedEx line haul. And yes, it's a 4x2 today, and we've got, I think it's a 48-foot truck. You know what, let's just take a quick look. Is it 48 foot? Was it 43? It is 45. I was wrong on both counts. So just a straightforward dry van today. We're going to be doing some hauling pretty much from wherever I'm able to. Is the truck in good condition? Yep, seems to be. I mean, it's got somewhere. Yeah. Then it does have nearly 1.8 million miles on the odometer, and yeah, that's not necessarily how FedEx would run their trucks. But let's go ahead and get the engine started. So, like I say, it's a Cummins ISX 15, and yeah. Right, I'm going to go and look for a job that takes me back to Dallas, back to my, I guess, home hub. Oh, I've got a good few. Let's see if we've got any cargo market trips. So I had some fun. I don't have any with it. Okay, I don't have any. It doesn't look like. I had some fun with designing the ISX 15 with the fleet market. There's a 425 and a 400. The 425 is actually technically the version that supposed to be used, or was used by FedEx. The 400 is almost there. We could hand wave and suppose that it's a slightly out of tune version, a slightly detuned version. It's past its best. I'm not sure. Right, what cargo? Oh, we've got a nice valuable one there. Well, not a choice here. So anything from office supplies through to computers. I think computers to plugged. I mean, that sounds good. Plus, it's quite a light cargo. 33,000 pounds would probably be, well, 35 looks like they're the heaviest. Let's take a fragile load of computers, because I mean FedEx cares, right? travel to the north of the city. Dum dum dum. So the Eaton integrated or the short step overdrive box doesn't have the best reputation within the FedEx community, or certainly didn't at the time. Known for shifting when it didn't need to, and the engine itself known to have not much go above about 1300 revs. Now it's hard to tune the engine definitions to be something that I haven't driven, and something that's not well documented on YouTube, but I gave it a go.
Exit left.
So we're just going to go for it, I think. Okay. Oh, actually going to be on the highway, my bad. Interstate 35. Right, well I better get my acting gear and get up to cruising speed, because if you live or have been to Dallas, you know that they don't always tolerate slow drivers as comfortably as maybe other regions of the world. I'm going to adjust my rain preferences too. I think it's set really high, something like it's either 100% or 67%. Well, no surprise that the engine's pulling great with no weight. Yep, that's good. Everything's getting up to temperature. Economy is only 4 right now, but okay. And there we have it. We're finally in top gear. I think I'm going to put my economy meter up, showing. There we go. This may be my exit. Kill cruise control. We're going to let the truck slow herself down.
Exit right.
Now the engine brake is going to aggressively downshift, so like so. Okay, that wasn't so bad, but yeah, I am imagining that on something like a 6x2, we will pretty easily lock out power axle, and that would be okay in a 6x2, but not really something I'd want to do all that often. Okay. Yeah, I'm playing around with the engine brake there to see what the effect is, and it's no surprise. It makes it a bit of a mess. A mess to drive.
Turn left.
I've got to say, using AZ's delivery pack livery, and I really like the look of this. It's got other brands as well as FedEx, but that looks really nice. Show that there's a turnaround sign in the way. Whilst I'm here, let's just check a couple of options I've got turned on. So, rain 67. I'm going to make that quite a bit lower. Let's make that 15. Stability, yep, is low, so the truck is going to be a little bit wobbly, or a lot wobbly. I should have ABS and traction turned on. I do. I don't have the adaptive cruise control or the emergency brake enabled, because I don't think that truck would have had it. Alright, I think we're there. And then controls, normal power mode, okay. Great. Let's just make sure everything is where it should be, and it is. Okay, we're off. So in use, this engine is going to be pretty torquey. It produces its peak torque from 1100 RPM, but it's almost at peak torque at 1000. Now that's not because this engine is especially designed to be torquey, it's just that the torque rate is basically capped. So what that means, we'll be producing close to 1400 foot-pounds of torque at 1000 RPM regardless of the engine state. It just so happens that it works out great here. Now the 425/1550 is a bit more accurate to the FedEx specification, but I really wanted to play around with the 400 because I found it to be, you know, surprisingly workable. And this is my interpretation of how a fleet manager may well set up a fleet truck. Trying to optimize it for economy, to encourage the driver to use the higher gears and not race around.
Get ready to turn.
And I'm happy with the results. But not using top gear till 65, that takes a bit of getting used to.
Turn right.
On the other hand, it behaves a bit like a 9-speed with an extra super tall 10th gear for those very high speed uses. Went with the day cab and a 4x2 because that's it's the recommended spec for FedEx deliveries.
This is where it ends.
I think I gotta back the trailer around the corner here. That's not gonna be fun. Yeah, last live stream, I think it was last weekend, had that very unfortunate episode where in Alaska I was required to, yes it is, required to back up a very long tank here into a very tight spot. That was not fun. I did not enjoy that. I got a bad feeling about this. It might be a little easier. It might be. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, it's not easy to do. I've kind of got to get underneath it and point the trailer in the right direction. Look at the garbage and the skip. Is it called a skip or a dumpster? Okay, so I want to try and straighten up without running into anything. It's going to take me a few attempts. Well, that's okay. Oof, that's a little tight there, David. I don't want to stretch the cables that much. Alright, that'll do. It's just a game. What time is it? Oh, it's 7 PM. Guess this will be an overnight run then. Wow, it even looks like I know what I'm doing. So sometimes the smaller trucks are a little harder to negotiate and maneuver than the larger ones, and sometimes they're really not. I'm making a right mess of this. Is this harder? Possibly. Okay, try that again. Still, it's not me reversing unless I'm snaking around all over the place. Still snaking around. Point the trailer towards the back of the spot. Clear on the left side. Give a little bit of right hand lock. A little bit more. Straighten things up. You know, in all my preparation for the live stream today, I really wanted to be arriving at Dallas when it gets dark, and it looks like I may have managed it. Right, let's go ahead and shut the engine down. Let's get this equipment loaded. I guess they'll be bringing boxes out, and I've got a lift gate, so I'm not entirely sure what they're planning on doing here, but that's not my problem. Okay, almost an hour later. Thank you so much, everyone. Still raining. Okay. Right, let's go and take these computers or computer parts, whatever it is we're taking, and send them to our destination. Let's make like a tree and leaf. But we got to be steady here today. We don't want to trash anything. So how long have I got? Well, 6 hours of real world time. It's just a 2-hour drive. It's a pretty short trip. Speaking of which, Sandy's not here yet. Lols. Now, with all this rain, I should really have taken a yacht or a boat, because I like boats. I'm so gonna overuse that. If you're new to the channel, most of my videos are on American Truck Simulator, but there's a small number of Cold Waters videos, and I'm going to try and release one of those every week for certainly, well, I would say rest of April, but that's not difficult for May. So I'm enjoying the Cold War Simulator. I'm not very good at it. I'm not the most proficient, but Captain Numpty is learning the ropes and learning the waves. 10-second rule, don't pull out if you're going to cause someone to have to respond inside 10 seconds. So 10-second rule there. I think we can go now. Alright, let's... oh, no. I think this guy just turned his lights on. Well, now I'm sticking out. Oh, okay. Tesla, are you going to just stop there? Thanks. Alright, well, let's go. I'm not worried about you. You can overtake me in due course. Oh, nice. If there's not a traffic light here, I am going to struggle. Well, the good news is that it's happily short shifting, which is what I designed it to do. So this engine's using the progressive adaptive progressive way of changing gear, which is something I implemented only a few weeks ago. I've talked a lot about it. Thanks to Zach, who not only works for FedEx, but pointed out that my way of changing gears was old-fashioned and sucky, and there was a better way of doing it. Looks like we're clear that way. Now I know this loses the immersion, but I cannot see. Oh, well, I kind of can't see. Someone decided to get the Texas spec model with a big pipe sticking out the end. That may not be a Texas spec thing, but the exhaust is a stack as opposed to an underbody one. I see a lot of those in Texas with a stack. I don't know whether it's a Texas thing, but the default seems to be the underbody one. So I'm supposing that Texas like things different. So that's why it's got that. Okay. The transmission today comes from the real Eaton Fuller mod. There's a link to that down below. That has something like 1,700 transmissions. It might only be 1,300, but it's an enormous number of different gearboxes to choose and all manner of final drives. The Eaton integrated is part of that, but there are a lot of different gearboxes, and I kind of feel I ought to try and put a video out there that explains the different final drives and how to use one, but it's such an enormous topic and I don't consider myself to be anything like an expert. And the very basic one is the higher the number, the shorter the gearing. The shorter the gearing, the more revs for a given road speed. And this particular transmission is at 264. Alright, that's meaningless in isolation. That's quite a low number, so it's quite a tall final drive. And that means that for a given road speed in a given gear, I've got fewer engine revs. So 55 miles an hour is less than 1,000 revs in top gear, and this engine really wants 1,100 revs before it'll cruise. So you'll be doing pretty much 65 before you can use top gear. I believe 9th is the direct drive. So 9th, what that means, yeah, that's a big topic to just drop in there. Your gearbox is a means of changing the number of engine revs per road speed and allowing you to match the power of the engine and the torque to the road speed. So in top gear, it's an overdrive. For every one turn of the drivetrain upstream, the engine side of the drive stream, the powered axle is turning over 0.8 times. So it's a 0.8 final drive ratio. Direct drive, in other words, it's 1-to-1. So for every one turn of everything upstream of the gearbox, everything downstream is also turning over at just one time. And your short gears, your low gears, have got high numbers. So turn over relatively few times. Okay, thanks for letting me in, car. Gotcha. Turn over relatively few times for a lot of engine revs. So first gear, you might be doing 1,000 RPM and maybe only doing 4 miles an hour, but 1,000 RPM might be 57 miles an hour in top gear. Like I say, it's not a concept I feel I fully understand, and therefore I'm able to easily explain. Right, we're still in 9th gear and I'm piling on the power. Let's put my cruise under 65. Alright, there we go. And now we're cruising. This is a World of Trucks trip, so my limiter is 65 miles an hour. Won't let me go any quicker unless I'm going down a hill. So I can't get up to 75. I will do some trips that are a normal trip as opposed to World of Trucks. But right now, 65 is where we're at. But this should be a wonderfully efficient cruising speed. It's doing 1100 revs. That's the bottom of where this engine wants to be. The lower the revs, the lower the friction, the less fuel you use for a given unit of distance. In other words, we're getting good mileage at this number. I recognise this part is actually taking me to Fort Worth side, which I thought we'd get to Dallas, you wouldn't take this, but hey, I'm not going to argue. Nav knows best. Trademark, somebody, somewhere. What the tank capacity is of this Volvo. I think it's 150 gallons. Got a choice of 150 or 200, and I'm pretty sure I went with the cheap option. Yes, I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. I figured for FedEx, you want a basic spec. You just need the essentials, and they're rated, they're recommended powertrain, and we ticked the I don't want to go fast 400 horsepower option. As opposed to that, I want to go fast 425. I may well switch to the different engine for the next run, but they use the same gearbox. In fact, the 400's not recognized as a FedEx spec, but I put it in there because I like 400s. Limits drop to 65. First sign for Dallas. Yeah, it's most definitely taking me on the Fort Worth side, on the west side, which is interesting, but okay. I would have gone the other way myself, probably. I'm sure there's a reason for it. And hey, it stopped raining, I didn't even realize. Assume that this is... oh, I'm speeding. Assume that this is my exit, but I might be wrong. Yeah, and it doesn't want to do...
Then exit right.
It doesn't want to do 60 in 10, top gear.
Exit right.
Okay, we're getting close to Dallas then. Enough of that, I think. You know, the very first time I came to Dallas with girl I was courting, whoa, red light, the girl I was courting who's now married, she played that for me and I had no idea what I was listening to, because I had no idea that the roads could sing. Yeah, okay, maybe that's not entirely the whole singing thing, but there we go. It's been such a long time since I'd heard the Dallas theme song, I had completely forgotten about it. Ooh, Planet Donut, drive-through. I wonder if this would fit through a drive-through. Probably not with the trailer attached, but that's an easy fix, right? Can't really see the Dallas skyline here, unfortunately. If you live in the Dallas area, you recognize Fort Worth and you recognize Dallas, and that's very cool. Longest light in the world. There we go. So a nice, easy, gentle run at first. I'll stay in the right-hand lane here because, hey. Okay. Right, that's off. Ease off the power. We're gonna stop here. Every time I drive the V&L, I'm reminded, or both V&Ls now, I'm reminded why I like these truck. I don't think they do anything as characterful as a Peterbilt or a Kenworth, but they're very workable. As in the interior, it's just very easy to get hold of, really. Very easy to just jump in and drive. Okay. Turn right up here. I'm going to do the bad thing and use some engine brake. Yeah, it looks like it might have been locking up just a little bit, but we didn't crash, so everything's good. Let's take it nice and wide. Past the Little Rose Motel. Seems a very nice place. Turn right here.
Turn right.
It's like we'll get there for 10:30, which is a pretty good time to be getting somewhere. It's not quite the same as 2:30, which is when you see the dentist, but 10:30 is pretty good.
Keep left.
Subtle
Then turn
little
left.
whistle of the turbocharger as we give it a bit more power. Right. Excuse
Turn
me.
left.
Is this a 10-second roll moment? Yeah. I decree that we passed it. I'm going to do the easy option, I think. I'm not going to do the difficult parking. Oh, actually, well, I'll see. I mean, it might not be so bad. It doesn't look bad, but I bet you it is. Yeah, I'm not going to do the difficult parking. There's going to be something there. Yeah, there is. It's between a trailer and a ramp, I think. I'm glad I didn't do that. Oh, and pallets there as well, just to make life even harder. That's probably accurate, though. Let's put my four-ways on. Now, would you be refilling stock at 10:30 at night? You might be. Alright, let's go and shut this down. Let's go and find someone who needs to help me unload. I guess they'll be taking it out the back, pulling it up the ramp, or maybe there's a door the other side of that plugged. Right, let's go and deliver some computers. So we did only 136 miles on the first trip, and we used 18.6 gallons of diesel. So that's more than 7 miles per gallon. That's about 7.25, I think. It's not bad effort for the first time. Let's see, what other jobs have we got? I really want to do a cargo market so we can exceed 65. San Antonio, that's a pretty heavy cargo. to Junction. That's 5 hours. Vernal, Utah. Oh, that's a long way. It's 1,000 miles, and that's too far for a day trip. I'd have to stop at a hotel on the way, and that would be fine, but I think we're going to go to Junction. It's a little heavy. San Antonio is... It seems maybe more in keeping with what we're trying to do here. More in keeping with the same theme. So yeah, let's do the run to San Antonio. It's only £31,000, but we're going to take some big flat screen TVs, and it's quite a bit heavier than the last run, and there's a good chance we'll have to go through a way station. I'm not going to re-rate the engine. We'll keep it at the 400 1450 for now. Right, let's see. Where do I load? Okay. So, in theory, this should be a pretty straightforward backing the trailer up, but I also suspect it won't be. So I don't know if I can see so good. Just about see where I got to go in the mirror there. I'll try this from the interior, but look at my side mirror is not very good. Let's adjust that. For all the good it's going to do, it's not really going to help with that much, but hey, it might help. Maybe I need to see the curb there. Okay. Right, let's give this a go. What I want to try and do is not take up too much space here on the left. I want to point the trailer towards the space. Yeah, I can't see a thing. I'm not going to try this any other way other than... Oh, look at that. Wow. The importance of perspective, David. You have no idea where the spot is. So I think I've got to pull much more forward here. Not much else to go with, so... Alright, there's a chance I'm going to make it cleanly. I need space to maneuver the rather stumpy short little truck at the front, and I might have just about pulled this off. But that's because I could see what I was doing. Respect to truckers that don't get to see what they do, and I suppose they have to just get out and take a look. Until somebody comes up with a drone that you can recharge the top of your cabin, sits behind the aerofoil, and you can use to guide you, which would be a very cool feature. I'm surprised no one's done that. Maybe they have, I just haven't seen it. Right, I'm going to be close enough, I think, here. It's a pretty wide unit. Yeah, I guess we'll stop here. We've got a lift gate on the back of this thing today. Lights off, engine off. Let's go ahead and get loaded up. Alright, so 45 minutes to get loaded up. That's given me a bunch of flat screens in the back. Right. Let's get this thing cleaned up. I'm going to turn off those four wires as they annoy me immensely. And let's go. I'll check my numbers, how long I've got to go till we reach the destination once we leave the yard. Okay, that's the yard left now. So 5 hours to drive it, 300 miles. So it's going to be assuming I'm going to be doing 70-75. I've actually got 10 hours to my next rest break, so that's good. It's going to be an easy trip. Plus we'll get to put this little Volvo up to 70-75 as well, which I haven't done yet with this engine. And this gearbox, this powertrain I should say. A little rough there. glad that we strapped those TVs down. I suppose if I'm Federal Express, I should really have gone with an urgent delivery, but there wasn't one available, so hey, I couldn't.
Keep left, then turn left. Turn left.
That beauty. Oh, it's kind of late, so oops, not able to steer very well in the third-person perspective, but hey, that's okay. Right, well, so far so good. Yeah, I could have been in the right-hand lane here, but never mind. Oh, it's a stop sign. It's a stop sign. It's not optional. And they had a collision, so nothing to do with me. I wasn't even present. So, okay, well that's good. I'll pull into the right-hand lane. Cancel my indicator. Again, rough with the controls, David. One of the struggles, in quote marks, of the game, and it's really a first-person problem, is if you switch between a long wheelbase, a medium, and a short, an old and a new truck, adapting from a long wheelbase to a short wheelbase is a bit of a challenge. If I spent a lot of time in a Macar, which I have this year, or the 4x2s, some of the short conventional trucks, and then jump into Red Thunder, a long wheelbase Kenworth W900. This thing is as long as a 28-foot trailer. The steering's much slower, it's harder to be precise, it's harder to maneuver. The ride's a lot better though. Smoother. But maneuvering in a tight yard, no, it's just horrible. Right, let's get it up to 60. Actually, they can possibly stay in this lane. A theme park. I imagine that will be maybe still open, depending on the time of year that the game is simulating, but closes at midnight. Okay, it's 50. And which lane do we want? I'm going to use my cruise here. It's not going to change up till I'm doing at least 65. And we had to go south, so Waco it is. Yep, we know. 35 west, heading south.
Exit right.
I'm very familiar with this junction in the real world as well, because I use it a lot. Alright, kill my power rather than topple over the top. Feather the throttle. I've really got no choice in the gear I use here because the gearing is so tall. This is right on the cusp of 9th gear. Oh, off the power. Oh no, oh no. Oh yeah, that was dangerous. Okay. Not how you drive for FedEx, David. Not if you want to keep your job. Alright. Well, goodbye, Dallas. We'll see you probably tomorrow. Although tomorrow is going to be in the game just 12 minutes. Alright, want to get some speed on once we're able to. Go. Right. Cruise is up to 70. That will select top gear at about 65. And let's see how well we do at 70 miles an hour. So last trip we did 7.3 to the gallon, which I was very happy with. It's quite a short trip. The shorter trips you spend more time not cruising, you know, going up or down the speed range, and when you accelerate your mileage is terrible. When you decelerate it's good, but you never make it up. But a long time cruising at 70 should give me reasonable fuel consumption. Plus it's a pretty small light tractor engine, so that helps too. Game doesn't take into account aerodynamics, but does take into account things like engine friction and gearing and engine revs. So merge left for traffic coming onto the highway. Speed limit's gone up to 75, so let's tap it up and see if it'll do 75. It should do, just going to take its time to get there. Look at that. Oh, there we go. It was kind of fastless. So what's that, about 1300 revs at 75? Which is where people say that the thing starts to die when you climb a hill. So yeah, I guess FedEx really have optimized this thing for flat, straight, probably smooth roads with a speed limit of 70, 75 and possibly even 80. I did have a dashboard mod that would show me the instantaneous mileage on the Volvo, but I'm not running it right now, and I can try it, see if it works. It may even still have it in my profile, but right now I am just happy to have the standard. Yeah, economy's dropped to 7, it was a little higher, and 6.9, but it's okay. I'm not overly concerned about mileage numbers right now. We want to get there. We're FedEx. We deliver fast. And this is just an effortless drive. Not quite the same as the Volvo D13 turbo compounds, but this is a great trip. Right, a bit of engine brake. Let's get the speed down to 65. There we go. Will it select top for me? Nope, I'm going to nudge it. There we go. Alright. So I did a shift up hint command. If you do drive in ATS and you don't or haven't played around with automatic transmissions, or you do drive automatic but haven't played around with the shift hint commands, check them out, because you can really change how you experience the game. So that circumstance there, if I didn't or wasn't aware of the hint up command, which maps to one of the controller buttons when I'm driving automated, the only way to get it to change up would have been to accelerate, get the speed up to 70 and then gradually let it slow down to 65, but that's not really recommended. Not if you want to stick within the confines of the law. Now, with adaptive transmission, you could try lifting off and seeing if that will cause it to change down. Speaking of which, we come up to a hill and it dropped down to 9th, and the speed dropped quite a bit. So I think that's where this transmission is going to struggle, but limit's got up to 75, so I'm going to push it to 70, not 75, I think. I'm going to suppose that FedEx limited it to 70. It is not really struggling for power or for speed. Maybe I've spent too long in low power trucks, but this is just being aplomb. Did not expect it to be as good as this. To be fair, it's probably only grossing maybe £60,000 as opposed to 80, and maybe that makes a big difference. Well, it will, to be fair. That's 33%. But yeah, this has been great.
Keep left.
And we don't always need to gross £80,000 to enjoy American Truck Simulator. We don't even need to take that £120,000 transformer. Sometimes the light loads is just fine.
Keep left.
mileage number is slowly trickling up at 70, so the fleet manager's going to be happy with this. And I'm happy because it's kind of effortless.
Keep left.
Okay, limit drops to 60. We'll get on the engine brake. Wow, downshifted 2. That was pretty aggressive with the engine brake there. And I did set it up to be aggressive with the engine brake. I figured that that's what fleets would want to do. They want to save their service brakes and use the engine brake. But yeah, that was drops 2 gears, puts it at 2,000 revs. I mean, yeah, hey, I mean, if that's what it's designed to do, then that's perfectly fine. And this whole downshifting to 9th at 60 is a little weird to me, but it's still doing 1,300 revs. So it's not like it's you know, screaming along at 1,600 RPM. And it doesn't seem to affect economy. Austin. I don't have any appropriate music for Austin, unfortunately, but hey, let's go ahead and listen to Dallas just because we can. I just can't do that for longer than a few seconds if it's not Dallas, and even then I am struggling if it's not Dallas. Right, well, I gotta say I'm very happy with how this is played out. Not the most exciting run, but I'm pretty sure that if you do work for FedEx, and if you do, you know, leave a comment below and tell us, is this how it is in real life? You know, if you do those late night delivery runs and you're using a day cab rather than a sleeper, sure. Traffic is quieter, roads are easier. I think I would do that too. And the weather's cleared up, thank goodness, because that would not be fun in the rain, or as much fun. I want to use the right hand lane, but this guy's braking for some reason. But I don't really want to maintain station in the middle lane. I'm not part of the middle lane owners club. MLOC, MLOC. So we'll tap down to 65, and it looks like he's slowing down with us. So thanks for that. And I'm going to merge left again. So. Speed up to 70, I guess, because okay, he's done the same thing, fair enough. And yet more braking. Why are you braking, sir? Did the same trick again there, so told it to bring me back down to 65 using the engine brake. It downshifted, and as we approached 65 I tapped back up on the speedometer and turned off the engine brake. The reason why I do that is one, I've set my cruise or set my the truck to try and maintain within 6 miles an hour of overspeed. So what that means is if I set my cruise at 60, if it's more than 66 miles an hour, it's either going to use the retarder or the engine brake, or possibly both, depending on what equipment you've got installed. Well, to go from 70 down to 65 fairly quickly, and now we'll go down to 60, so I'll do it again. Cruise at 55, turn on the engine brake. Right. It uses the engine brake till you reach 61, and then it disables it. And then I tap up again, so we hold 60, and it's using 9th. Would you do this in real life? Maybe. I don't know. It feels very lazy to use the cruise control to control my speed in both directions. But I've had a car that used to do this too, although it didn't have an engine brake. It used to aggressively downshift. And it was a CVT, so it meant you can go anywhere in second gear. If you drive a manual, you might know what that means. If you don't drive a manual, it would happily use 5,000 RPM to enhance the engine brake. A little unsure about whether that's good for it, because it's easy to replace discs and pads, or rotors and pads, I think they might be called over here, than it is to replace a transmission. And this particular car had a 3-pointed star on the hood. It was a Mercedes-Benz, and I dare say, given how expensive the brakes were, the transmission would have been an eye-watering amount of money. But I never had to have that transmission replaced, and to be fair, the brakes neither. I do remember seeing how much the official Mercedes-Benz brakes were.
Keep left.
Gonna drop the speed to 55. I don't recall if the speed does drop up here, but either way, I don't really want to maintain station with this white car too much more. I'm happy to bring the speed down, but look at the mileage, it's showing 7.6. Good grief. I have not been driving this that conservatively.
Keep right. Then exit right.
Turned out I left the engine brake on then. Oops. Alright, so here's my exit. It looks like, yep, turning right up here. Okay. So let the engine brake do its thing. That engine brake is wonderfully effective. Almost too effective, I think. Well, ask me again in the rain. I'll let you know if I ever think it's too effective.
Keep right. And then turn right. Turn right.
Okay, road is clear. Let's go.
Go straight.
Ooh, that was close. Oh, good grief. That was very close. Okay. Did not expect that to be quite as close. I thought I was going to hit it. I didn't say anything, and I should have, but wow, that was very, very close. Where's the nearest Sketchley's? And I don't know what an American dry cleaning chain is, but I gotta go and get this uniform cleaned. Wow, that was kind of scary. I mean, as scary as a simulation can be, of course. Right, so I'm gonna let this car go ahead though now. Let's give it a little bit of space. There we go. So there we see it didn't it did skip a gear, and it probably could have. So yeah, unnecessary gear changes. That might have been one. He's going the same way as me, or I'm going the same way as he is, maybe.
Keep left. And then turn
Okay,
left.
that was a little close. I'm glad we missed.
Turn left.
Yeah, let's stop here with a good few feet between us, as opposed to enough space to slide an egg, maybe. Oh, there's a limousine just gone past. Okay. Right, so turn left just up here.
And then turn left.
And we're pretty much there, so alright.
Turn left.
Wait, did I just miss it? Nope, here it is. Okay. Oh, it's one of these weird double entrances. Okay. Well, it's not a double entrance, it's a 2-lane entry and exit. There's nothing coming. They used to get a stop sign to give me priority, but I'm not going to assume that. And I'm guessing we've got to go around to the right here, but let's find out. Let's see. Let's do that one, because yes, and that is actually to my right, so okay. Alright. Chance to watch me make a right mess of manoeuvring and parking the Volvo. Let's get my 4-ways on. Let's see, what have we got around here? I guess it's the other end of the building then. Maybe behind this little shed looking thing. Yes it is. Okay. So do I have to back it up? Well, I'm guessing I do. Oh, hello. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've done that one before. Oh, that's what she said. Okay. See where that would make life easier for the delivery team. I'm going to wimp out again. I'm not going to do the whole using just the truck mirrors. I don't feel confident to do that on a stream. We're not even full stop. Right, let's train it up. I don't want to steer this. Am I messing it up? Yeah, my spatial orientation is messed up. So I'm going to do a bit of right hand down. There we go. That's probably a little bit too much, but then we'll straighten it up. Okay, are we going to be close enough? I think we are. Right, I am not going to worry too much about getting that spot on. Let's go ahead and turn the lights off, turn the engine off. Keep my 4-way flashes on, I suppose. Alright, let's get it unloaded and see how well we did. I'm curious to see what the mileage was on this trip, because it looked like it was improving, which will keep FedEx fleet managers happy. So let me see, 314 miles and about 41 gallons, so that's over 7.5. And we were doing 70-75, so for a lot. That's not bad going, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. The drop. Hi, David, the famous engine maker. I don't know whether I'm famous. I mean, maybe. Should I admit to this? I do make engines, or make torque curves. Is maybe more more accurate. But yes, I suppose it is I. Let's see. I think we've got time for another quick run. What have we got here? Packaging to Junction to McAllen. That's interesting trip down along the border. Texarkana, that's a longer trip. 500 miles. That's too long for the rest of my shift. And Seattle, yeah, I'd love it, but 2,200 miles. That was 3 long days at the wheel, possibly 4. Just packaging though. Is there anything more interesting I can take? Let's look at the external market. Pallets, really, and more pallets, and used packaging. Waste paper. I suppose it's nice that it's being recycled, but well, would you use FedEx to take packaging somewhere or waste paper? I don't know that you really would. So I'm going to see what other jobs they've got available in the city. There must be something interesting I can take. Something worthy of a FedEx shipment. Nuts. Well, who doesn't like shipping nuts, right? Lemonade. The Corpus Christi. Okay. I guess we're going to take that shaken but not stirred. Now that's an urgent delivery, so that's got to get there for the morning shift. I quite like that idea. It's got to get there for the lunchtime shifts, maybe more accurate. Yeah, I think that seems in character. It's a little heavy, but I'm okay with that. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, the DD8V92. Yeah, I spent a long time working on that engine, partly because it's just an interesting engine to work with, and partly because I didn't have a V8 sound that I was able to use. I did not want to release it with an inline 6 sound. That would have been just wrong, in my opinion. So you're welcome. It's been out for a few weeks now, I think. Alright, I've got to navigate to... it's like a pain to get to the US beverage company, but that's okay.
Time to hit the road.
Alright, let's get this thing running. I can get my windows closed because I don't like the noise. And I guess we should turn around. So, I didn't forget that there was a wall next to me. I've done that before. Very embarrassing. What's my fuel state like? Just over half a tank. I think I'm going to be fine. Okay, so we'll do the whole external view thing going on here. So what have I got? 4.5 hours left in my shift. So I can do this, but it's going to be a little close. Now, would FedEx let you be put up in a motel, maybe? So if you've got a day cab, you've got nowhere to sleep in your cabin itself. So I guess you grab a motel room somewhere. I don't think truckers are like Pirates of Yore with a girl in every port, or a girl in every city, or friends in every city, or guys, girls, because of course other genders are available. I don't think it would quite work like that. And I imagine as comfortable as the cab is to drive, it would be very uncomfortable to sleep in. Now, I have attempted to sleep in a car before, and that was not comfortable in the slightest. And I'm basing that truck opinion, sleeping in the cabin, on that experience in the car. So if I'm wrong, hey, let me know.
Turn right.
Right, we're not driving very precisely right now. I've got a stop sign here, so we will stop. Avoid this. Oh, I didn't stop. Okay. We have a stop-optional sign here. Right. Apparently the stop-optionals in grocery stores, and I learnt that from a short pretty girl, but I'm not going to be repeating that lesson.
Turn right.
Okay, off the power. A little bit of service brake. Move it around here. We've got to get across the city. This feels nice without any cargo in the back. Sounds nice as well. Need my 352 to test it a little bit. Thanks for the great work. You're very, very welcome. 352. Is that a Peterbilt? Is that a Peterbilt? I mean, I guess. Is it a truck that you work on yourself? Let's turn. Merge left.
Keep left.
Red light.
Turn left.
Try and be smooth and fail. That was not a smooth stop. What's the movie where if he takes his driving test, I think he's 16. Kid takes his driving test, he's 16, and the driving examiner says, I don't care about the rules, just don't spill my coffee. And the very end of the test, because he does a back-to-back with a pretty girl, the very end of the test, someone walks out in front of him and he has to brake hard to avoid that person, and would have spilled the coffee if there was any left. At the very end of the movie, his dad thanks him for saving him $20,000 because he didn't graduate and didn't get an Audi, which to my mind is fantastic because you're trying to punish the kid for getting graduated. But he said, no thanks, Dad, I've got a Mercedes, and his girlfriend's called Mercedes. Being overweight, running a red light. I think I'm empty right now. But hi, John. Hey, about a week or so before you get your machine up and running, I think, from the sound of it. What is that movie called? I could probably ask Google, and she may, Prius, she may even tell me, but I don't want to have to sit here and explain all that to Google. Also, I don't want to say that word again because it'll get a yes. Did you want something? Like, no. Sometimes it gives me attitude and says, okay then. It's like, yeah. Yeah. Right, let's merge left.
Then exit left.
How long have I got? So I've got an hour to get to my destination, so I'm pushing it for time. Because I really want a bit of time when I get to my destination to unload, and then I've got to find somewhere to sleep. Well, either way, I guess I'll stay in this lane. Okay. Okay, that was pretty straightforward.
Keep right.
It reckons 35 miles an hour for this corner. I don't think that applies to Federal Express vehicles. I think we've got like a special anti-cornering G system, right? Maybe not, but either way, that was really not necessary. Do I like the Volvo trucks in ATS? I actually really do. And every time I drive a V&L, either this is the older one or the new one, I'm like, I really like this truck. I should drive these more often. This machine has got 1.8 million miles on it, but most of that was done with an AI driver. I did use the Volvo V&Ls when I was testing the DE12 and the D11 and D13. There's no D16 in the engine pack yet because there's a lot of different D16s Volvo have produced over the years, and there's some triple torque curves, and there's a 2250 foot-pound version. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. I'm going to merge left. Is this guy going to let me in? Yep, he is. Thank you, sir. I mean, like I kind of pushed in front of him there, but it's okay. It's FedEx. Do that view for much, I will end up crashing. I think that the new V&L, it's got a nice stock engine sound, and Z-Mod's he's produced a sound and engine pack for it. He used a Gallem engine for that, so it's a nice sound pack.
Keep left. Then turn left.
I actually don't have much time using it. which is terrible for me. Usually I'm all over, and I believe it's running right now. I say I believe. Oh, thank you. They might have bumped each other there, but they didn't. I guess I will use the left lane after all. I was going to use the right lane here because I assumed that the truck was using it, but evidently not. And I've got nothing in the back. So more accelerate. No, and I'm turning left up here anyway, so that works for me.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
He does make a nice V&L, but Z used Galem's torque curves for the TC engines, which was kind of ironic because I already had them in my engine pack, and he just had to ask. But that's okay, as I don't always keep up with Discord. And if you know me on Discord, you'll know that this is something that I suffer with. Well, it's not suffer. I just don't always keep up with Discord. Or if I'm testing an engine or working on definitions, I'll just close it. I won't mute it because then I'll forget to unmute it. I'll just close the app and stop it from running. And if I'm working on a video, of which I'm spending a little less time working on videos right now. Oh, I'm speeding. No, that's not true. I'm spending less time preparing a video. I'm just turning up and doing it. Because I'm finding that that's more natural. Running a yellow. Alright, John. I ran a yellow. But it's FedEx, and so we kind of expect that, right? And that's a green arrow. So... And that's a white arrow over green. So he stole my arrow.
Right, and then turn right.
That's definitely a red light up here.
Turn right.
Oh, that engine brake is vicious. I love it. I think the light's about to go to green, so yeah, it is. Don't have to worry about the perils of running a red light when you just go a little wide for your trailer. That does feel a little unfair of the game.
Keep left.
But I guess if in doubt, you can turn right on a red in the US, providing you stop first. Obviously, you look, and you stay in your lane, and that's the struggle with the big rig, an enormous trailer behind you. You can go a little wide. Okay.
Here we are.
Use my finest accent. Alright, Gov. Got to do delivery. Yeah, I'm not late. Okay. No, it doesn't seem that interested, so let's see. Is it still there? Yes, it is. And $12,500. Okay. So we should put these on. I don't want to hang around today, so I don't have the time. Thankfully, that looks a little easier. Well, maybe not. I could just pull in forward and they'll turn around for me, but that just feels like cheating. Let's see how well I can make this work. I think it's going to be a struggle, but we'll give it a go in one. Hey, what do you know? Sometimes being short is amazing. Right, works for me. Daylight is fast approaching. A little bit of snaking because that's what I do when I go backwards. Line it up. Okay, lined up. Okay, let's get the lights off. I'll leave the forward flashes on. Let's turn the engine off. Let's check in with the foreman. This is going to be real tight if I can make this. Push a truck. It does, doesn't it? It's kind of short. Okay, I have got margin of 11 minutes, so I got to make like a tree and go. Alright, we're going to try some express, I think, here. Because 12 minutes is really not that long. We may have to just have a charming word with the young lady on reception, see if she can find somewhere for us to sleep while on the move. So, stop here. So we'll stop and we'll go. Push a truck. I don't think you mean you pull up to people and say, hey, you gonna buy some stuff? You don't mean that kind of pusher, do you? You might do. Right. Clear on the left. On the right doesn't matter so much. Hey kids, wanna buy some stuff? Just immediately got the channel thrown out for a violation. It's a green light, so I'm going for it. And you may not have heard me whistling. Whoa, that's a little unstable. Huh. I would say who knew, but most people who've driven or seen me drive would put their hands up. Alright, well, we definitely feel the weight. There's my green arrow that they stole. Brake firmly into this corner, off the engine brake, turn in. Yeah, that's... okay. It wasn't so unstable and I took a little more time over it. We're asking this engine to work pretty hard with a quite a chunky load. And I bet you we get pulled over this time. Yeah, truck. Yeah, I figured I was just trying to be funny. Am I from Texas? Well, I live in Texas, but I'm probably can tell my accent is very eastern Texas. I'm actually British. I emigrated here a few years ago because I met a girl from Texas. Whoa. Okay, this thing brakes nicely in a straight line, but I'm throwing it around quite a bit. I'm supposing it's probably not flat lemonade, but I mean, it doesn't say I have to keep it fizzy. It just says deliver it.
Turn right.
Okay, come on, Cadillac. Let's get out of my way. Alright, back on the power. So the reason why I drove like a lunatic through the city there is because once I'm on the freeway, it's raining, oh, wonderful. Once I'm on the freeway, I can't really make up that much time. I can, but it's taking me a long time to get up to 75 or possibly even faster, so I'm just not going to try. I think my wipers are on automatic, but we'll find out when we can't see in a few seconds. Oh, it's getting heavy. We had thunderstorms from about 3 AM in the Dallas area last night. Okay, select 9th at 50 and I'm going to use my cruise control, get me up to 65 right now. There we go. set that correctly. So we're showing 7.3 as we join the freeway. I think we'll do okay economy-wise. Lightning, but once we get going, do I have to? Yeah, maybe in the left-hand lane of 2. Okay, so merge left, stay right, let the speed bleed off.
Keep left.
Yeah, thanks for the warning navigation. Yeah, this is a little quick. Oh, a little quick. Okay, that was nervous. Right, back on the power. It's shifting down to 8th. Yeah, we expect that because fairly heavy up a hill, and we made it. There was a moment there where I'm thinking this might be embarrassing. I might roll it, but thank goodness for not rolling it. Okay, time to merge. What's this? Is this an exit I would have taken but couldn't? Oh, I see. Right, all the way over to the left. It's gonna sting it. Oh, that's a mess. Oh. Don't rubberneck. You'll cause one yourself. So I've just got the first yawns. That must be 2 hours and 4 minutes to go. 2 hours and 1 minute now. I've got a leeway of 4 minutes. I'm going to have to bend that speed limit a little bit, I think. Once I get up there, which I'm still accelerating. Okay, limit goes to 70. We'll set our cruise at 75 for all the difference it will make right now. It's finally getting into its power band and it upshifts. Okay. Limit's now 75, so I guess we'll keep it 75. Yeah, I don't know why. There's another one of those white, I forget what they're called. Shooting brakes. The Dodge, not the Charger. I forget what it's called now. Facility near Dallas for engine maintenance. Okay. Are you comfortable telling the world what the company is that you work for? I know I get these back around. Driving like Bard. Driving like Bard. Okay. From what I remember, it was an on-off switch as opposed to a gas pedal. So clearly, hoofing it approaching 80 miles an hour in a stormy weather conditions is not really what FedEx had in mind, I'm sure. But then they must have thought people would do it. They got called in to be weighed. That's great. It's going to kill my average. No, it's okay. I did want to see what I weigh. Oh yeah, a little bit of instability there. Service, brake. Come on, sunshine. I can't hurry him. He's going to have to stop and have a little conversation, and I'll do the same. Let's give him a nice, get my window down and give him a nice big smile. There's nobody there. I don't even weigh 70,000 pounds. I think I am overweight if the limit is 60,000, and I could check that. I do have I'm not ashamed. I've got that as a bookmark, the various states, weights and measurements and actual limits. But I didn't get fined, so therefore it's okay. It's like NASCAR in the 70s and 80s. If the rules doesn't explicitly say you can't do it, it means that you can. So it's at full power right now. Let's see if the automated box will help me with a bit of acceleration here. No, it doesn't really. If we're going up a hill, it will hang on to the gears just a little bit longer. I could put it in high power mode, but I'm not going to. I dare say FedEx would probably have nerfed that ability, so I couldn't, even if I wanted to. But that's got my cruise back on. I've hit reserve, it's going to take me up to 80. In theory, quick time check, what have we got? An hour and 3 minutes and 54 minutes left of my shift, so that cost me 10 minutes. I'm going to be late. I don't expect it till tonight though. Huh. So I don't have to deliver it during the day. It eliminates due tonight. That's interesting. I'm sure it said due by lunch shift today. I want to get it by lunch. I feel that the right thing to do would have been to get it there by lunch as opposed to for tomorrow's lunch. So I'm going to stretch for it. And I think I will. It's just whether I'll be in my shift allowance and my time. I'll get fined. That might get me fired. That wouldn't be fun. It's an aircraft maker factory in Germany here in Munich. Whoops. I got 6 years of my childhood spent in what was West Germany. But we were very much in the northeast. Very close to Holland for a few years. Bursting through 75, so it's definitely not as sprightly as it was with the lesser cargo, but it's 10,000 pounds on it, but it's still doing okay. I'm going to tap down to 75. Let's merge in the left lane. Speed's going to change to 65. This is where I can make up quite a bit of time through speeding, which I'm not going to be able to do because I'm running out of space. Yeah, I know. Wait, maybe I can. Oh, here's my exit. California style exit. There we go. There's also Texas style exit as well, having lived here for a while.
How many times do I have to tell you to slow down?
At least one more time, Doug. I don't listen to you anyway.
Keep right, then exit right.
Okay, really? We exit right here? Oh, I see. Okay.
Exit right.
I'm going to take this exit, but if you're wrong, this is on you, Doug.
Keep right, and then turn
That
right.
truck just vanished on me, and I got to brake firmly. Brake, brake, brake. Don't cross the white lines, and I did.
Turn right.
Don't skid. I'm glad it stopped raining. That might have been a very unpleasant moment. And we'll just act casual, like we meant to drive it like we stole it. Okay, that actually turned out alright. I might just make it. No, I haven't. So I could get fined. The next cop that sees me is probably going to give me a whooping. That'd be fine. I'll keep my lights on for safety, but if it wasn't for FedEx, I would turn them off. Try and be a bit more subtle.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Right, well, we made it.
We're
I'm
here.
busted my shift, and I'm gonna get fined if I get caught, but we made it. I'm tired, so we don't want to drive when we're tired. That'd be dangerous. Just go around the corner here. We also don't want to hoof through here at 25 miles an hour because there might be workers present. I don't really want to squish someone. That would not be cool. I should do this. Turn those on. Let's get my windows down. Like so. Another yawn. Great camera angle there. Can't see a thing. Let's get my lights off because I don't need them here. Okay, how well did we do? So 155 miles. We bit off a bit more than we could chew, I think, there. With hindsight, I mean, we were close to doing it. 27.4 gallons, so we got just under 6 to the gallon. I was trying hard, and I'm not unhappy with that. We spent a lot of the time constantly accelerating to try and get up to 80, which we never did manage, or we might have done very briefly. So I think all things said and done, that's actually not a bad effort. 4 hours to run the trip. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So now we've got to find somewhere to sleep, which is one just across the road. Right, well, I think that is going to just about do it for today's stream. I was planning on doing it till about 11:30, so we've overstretched the time just slightly. But I want this to be a sort of short and sweet. There's a chance I'll be able to jump back on and convoy live stream a little bit later today. But we'll see if that happens or not. I don't know if it will. But if you've hung out with me today, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed it. This will also be available, obviously, on YouTube. And I might edit this and put together a summary email at some point. But thank you ever so much for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.